The altcoin market, well, it's about to go parabolic. And I'm not kidding about this, guys. A lot of these clickbait titles seem to insinuate this stuff and never really tends to happen, right? But this is big. Now, whether it happens in the next few weeks, whether people latch onto this news, or whether it happens in the next few months, I don't care. Because this tells us there's going to be a bull run if this one thing happens. And what is that? Well, the news today, ladies and gentlemen, is as of a few hours ago, Trump was at an event and he pretty much said, hey, if you vote for me, I'm pro-crypto. We are going to make crypto work. He goes, there's many forms of crypto. We're going to look into all of them and make sure it works. Because the question was asked, hey, how do you feel about the Biden administration pushing away innovation? Guys, the world forms around innovation. You have to have people, scientists, no matter who it is, fighting for the next evolution in humanity. And in the case of finance, in the case of fundamentally, computer science infrastructure, all that's built around, well, currently centralized infrastructure, but I believe the way forward will be decentralized. These enterprises and so on, even within their own networks, will be decentralized for the max security and a whole bunch of other benefits that come along with being somewhat decentralized. This is the way the world's going. This is humanity's path forward. And the fact that the US is pushing it away, again, I don't want to get into politics here, but in my opinion, the reason they're trying to push it away is because the rich want to stay richer, and crypto is a way for the average working class person like you and myself to make it in this world, to escape the matrix. That's the only conclusion I can come to. Places like the UAE, Dubai, some European countries, they're already putting regulations in and welcoming crypto and creating frameworks. It feels like the US is pushing it away. So Trump says, if you vote for me, we'll bring it in. We'll make sure it's all good. Now, why is this important for altcoins? I'm going to explain why, but you also have to follow a plan when it comes to this sort of stuff. And I want to outline a very brief plan with you today that is going to allow you to maximize your possible gains. I know, all buzzwords, maximize gains, okay, whatever. I'm being serious, ladies and gentlemen. But first of all, before I talk any further, if you enjoy me being outside, that is my current car. That'll soon be a Ferrari, mind you. If you guys enjoy me being outside, if you guys like the fact that I'm being a bit more candid, drop a like down there right now. Tell me you enjoy these videos, because I will keep making what you like doing. This is pretty fun. My shoulder's a little bit sore, but we'll get through it. Nevertheless, let's continue. So I don't know if this particular news came after this happened, but Biden actually vetoed a bill proposed by the House of Representatives in the US that prevented the SEC from, I believe, preventing banks and financial institutions from holding crypto assets. Okay, it's something to do with holding crypto assets. Nevertheless, the House of Representatives wanted to pass a bill that allowed it, and the Biden administration said, well, we're going to veto that. Okay, so obviously, this is a bit of a warning sign, okay, because you would assume when it's election season, okay, in any country around the world, so long as, of course, that it's built on a democracy, you're trying to get the most amount of votes. So you tend to say things you don't really end up pushing forward with. And so the fact that they're pushing so heavily into banning crypto and vetoing any, financial institutions from holding any crypto assets is a bit of a red flag already. I'll put up a post here, a screenshot over the screen now, of Ryan Sean Adams, the host or co-host of Bankless podcast. He actually put this out, which is where I first found it. And he said, you can only imagine what's going to happen, in November, in December, whenever this all, finalizes, if they get in, what they will look to do then. They're in for another 4 years or so. And, if they're already doing this now and canceling a whole bunch of their possible voters based on what they want, then it's a red flag. And it really is a red flag, right? And he, as far as I'm aware, is a Democrat, right? Ryan himself is a Democrat. And so he's just saying, look, this is the facts. Again, guys, don't look towards me as being a politician or someone who loves discussing politics. I hate it, right? Because people butt heads so deeply when it comes to this stuff. I don't like it. I think people tend to get a little bit too involved with it and kind of lose friends over it all. So I don't typically like talking about this. However, all I'm going to say before I move on here with the plan is, if you love crypto, if you want to make money in this industry, what do you have to do? If you're in the US, you have to vote Trump. I'm not saying to do that. I'm not forcing you to do that. Please don't get me wrong. You vote for whoever the hell you want. Just saying, this is the news and this is what they're saying. So here comes into the plan here in a second, because two things can pretty much come from this. If Biden wins, we can almost expect there to be a strong possibility the crypto market actually has the left translated cycle or the lengthening cycle, two possible cycle theories, ending the bull run sometime in Q3 or Q4 of this year. Okay, now this is a bad thing, right? Because obviously the more mature the market is, the longer it lasts, the more money will flow into the market, and of course the higher chance that we can avoid capital gains tax and get our money out in a safely manner. And so we don't want that to happen, but I think a huge catalyst for the cycle ending sooner, whether this left translated cycle and lengthening cycle have any merit or not, or they're loosely based on any sort of merit, I think the true catalyst will be the results of this election, okay? So I think they'll come true if Democrats get in. I think if Trump gets in or Republicans get in and crypto is welcomed, or at least a plan to regulate them is welcomed, and innovation begins in the US, we're not just going to have a possible cycle push into 2025 and beyond, but we'll also find, I think, is depending on how well and how long this term goes and when the next bull run starts, we also might have a guarantee that the next bull run might also be a thing as well. A lot of people are very concerned that the 2029, 2030 bull run might not happen. Okay, so all this is to consider, all this is to think about. I'm just presenting you the news and telling you straight up, no BS, is the facts. Crypto, you know what to do, okay? You know what to do. If I was in the US, based on what I've heard from Trump, and I will play that clip at the end of this video, and based on what I've just seen from the Biden administration, the vote is clear for me, Ultimately, guys, call me a capitalist. Call me Capitalist Kyron. I've been called that recently, mind you. Call me whatever you want, okay? I want to make money. Why? To help my family, to escape the matrix, to be able to create a bunker for nuclear fallout, right? To get out of this 9 to 5 grind, to live my life, to do whatever I want, all right? To be happy all the time. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I got into crypto. That's why I want to make money. Not so I can hoard it in a bank account, but it's to make enough passive income to do whatever I want. And I'm sure I know a lot of you guys are the same with me, whether you're 25 like myself, whether you're 50, whether you're 75, to some degree, you want to be happy and live life, because we know the world isn't going to be the same place if things continue in the next decade. Have you recently heard of the buzz around BRC20 tokens and how they're going to be a huge gainer of this bull run? Well, like me, you're probably underexposed to them right now, which could lead to a huge missed opportunity. But the sponsor of today's video, Satoshi Dex, gives us unparalleled opportunities to capitalize on this new narrative, and it hasn't even launched. Satoshi Dex is the world's first decentralized exchange built on the Bitcoin blockchain. It leverages a layer 2 blockchain called Stacks, another extremely popular Bitcoin narrative altcoin, to allow users to swap Bitcoin tokens directly with other assets without wrapped tokens, which can often be illiquid and volatile. This is especially important if you're someone who owns BTC tokens and has always wanted to leverage the power of DeFi, but were too afraid to transfer them off the network due to the possible dangers. With discussions of eventually bridging out to other networks like Ethereum, Satoshi Dex plans to enable its users to leverage the native Bitcoin tokens they may have for whatever DeFi experience they want, with the initial plan to tap into the 61 applications already built on Stacks. Like I mentioned before, Satoshi Dex actually doesn't have their token launched right now, so you can actually pick some tokens up via the link below, either with your Ethereum, USDT, or USDC tokens. With over $11 million already raised, and every few days the price increasing, time is of the essence if you want to participate. And if you do, you can decide to stake your SATX tokens directly on the interface for a juicy 118% APY. Just make sure to follow up with some more research and never invest more than you're willing to lose. With that said, let's get back to the video. Now, here's the plan. Be very, very brief. I got off a call today, very good call, mind you, with a subscriber named Tom. By the way, if you guys want to jump on a one-on-one call with me, I do host these again. These are back, but they're only once a month on a single day. And at the end of every single month, I'll leave the calendar link down below. After every month, it'll refresh for the next month. First come, first serve. I'll do half an hour calls, hour calls. If you want it, it's there, okay? Nevertheless, I got off a call today with a subscriber, and he was saying how much he really, truly loved the multi-cycle compounding plan. Again, shout out to you, Tom, because I thought about this. If we have a massive cycle this bull run, right, which is, again, I believe going to be really helped here by Trump winning, is that we are going to be able to, let's just say, make a nice 10x. I would say, guys, if you're looking for a 50x, 100x, even a 40x, if you're looking for anything I believe above a 30x, and you haven't really got in at dirt cheap prices here, be very careful. Consider possibly a 10x or a 15x max this cycle. Okay, get your returns, because I know how it feels getting a 10 or a 15x and looking for a 30x and never getting that and holding my tokens. And then in the next bear market, buying back in, okay, there's a trick. It's the 4-year moving average for Bitcoin. Once we break beneath the 4-year moving average or touch that moving average line, okay, great opportunity to buy. Usually indicates the bottom of the cycle. You buy in then, that'll come in 2026, alrighty. You stake for 3 years until 2029, okay. Even if you stake for 10%, you have 1,000 tokens over those 3 years. You can turn 1,000 tokens and gain 30%. If you stake at 20%, you can gain 700 tokens. And if you stake at 30% APY, you get over double your tokens. So then you look for another 10x. And by doing that, by looking for a simple 10x in this cycle, again, that will be helped by this news, and then looking to buy back in early on, staking, and then looking for another 10x, you get over 100x your gains. Matter of fact, if you do that at 30% APY, you get a 200x or more. A 200x, but no one talks about this. Why? It's not sexy, guys. We have every YouTuber and their mother, brother, sister all talking about 100x this cycle or 1,000x, finding those gems. Guys, wake up. Please wake up, okay? I am looking for a 10x. I've been bringing this, as I'm dollar cost averaging, bringing it down. You do not have to be the king of the cycle, okay? Let those guys be those guys. They're like gambling addicts. They'll tell you about their 3 wins, and they won't tell you about the 20 predictions that they had that didn't go right, okay? And if you listen to them, your chances are you're going to get one of the wrong ones. So please, play it based on math, probability, and be safe. Number 1 rule in this industry is to make money in a safe way or lose it. Okay, that's literally it. So thank you all. Remember, if you want to know, what I'm doing, it's all in the private community. If you guys want more videos like this outside, let me know, and I'll be happy to do them. It'll build my shoulder strength up. This is actually tiring me. And until next time, take good care of yourselves. All the best for 2025. Bye-bye.
They are against it. The Biden doesn't even know what it is. If you ask Biden, sir, are you for or against crypto? What's that? What the? Get me off the stage. He's saying, get me off the stage. No, he has no idea. But look, Gensler is very much against it. The Democrats are very much against it. And I say this, a lot of people are very much for it. Probably a lot of the people in this group. And I'm fine with it. I want to make sure it's good and solid and everything else, but I'm good with it. And if you like crypto in any form, and it comes in a lot of different forms, if you're in favor of crypto, you better vote for Trump.